Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, and tonight's guest of the evening will be the defending and reigning New York Pro men's physique champion. He's also the Pittsburgh Pro champ and Orlando Europa Show champion as well. He's been cleaning up on the pro physique circuit, and it's my honor to welcome here tonight, George Brown. Here he is.
Hey, how you doing, Dave?
Good. You know, what's with this new generation of people? No one has computers anymore. Everyone has cell phones for everything now, even webcam now.
Yeah, it's convenient.
It certainly is. It fits in the palm of your hand or your pocket. Now, George, you've been on a rampage here in 2016. You were second at the Arnold Classic. You were arguably, some people felt you should have won that. You won the Orlando Europa Pro. You won the Pittsburgh Pro. You're going to be coming to New York this weekend. What's going on with George Brown?
Right now, I'm just working hard, trying to stay consistent, and execute my goals. That's pretty much it. You've been executing real well. Last year, you won the New York Pro. I remember that was the first time I interviewed you, really, and ever since you've been on a tear. You were, I believe, 7th at the Olympia, which also people felt you could have been a little higher. Maybe you weren't at your best, but you seem to have found the formula that works for you, and this year you're just tearing it up. Were you upset that you didn't win the Arnold? I mean, I definitely wanted to win. I couldn't say I was upset because, a lot of people would love to, be second. For me, it was another step forward in the right direction, and it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. So I just kept moving forward, and I've been experiencing some success since then.
Unlike a lot of the other physique competitors, you never started in bodybuilding. You went right to physique. 2012, I believe, was the Ohio State, was your first show. You didn't even place top 5. You described that as a tremendous disappointment for yourself. Tell me how you felt, leaving the auditorium after not placing top 5 at your first show.
Well, number one, I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was I spent a whole lot of money on food and a whole lot of time working hard, and I had so much invested, and I'm used to playing sports. So with me, it's either you win or you lose. And, I didn't get anything that day, and I was devastated. I went home and, of course, cried or whatever. And I didn't step into a gym for 2 months, And after that, the guy I was working with, he coasted me back into the gym, and then I started back, and, I've been going ever since.
First of all, what sport did you play in school?
Played football. I was an outside linebacker.
Okay, and how far did you go with the football?
I played for Tiffany University. 3 years for Tiffany University. And
did you ever have aspirations to go to the NFL? Were you not good enough? Where did that lead to?
I mean, yeah, I definitely wanted to be in the NFL, but I kind of didn't. I don't think my grades weren't too good for school in the semester, and I dropped out of school and, just started to live life after that, so it kind of went out the window.
Is that tough going from, being a football star, so to speak, and now you're out of school and all of a sudden no one cares anymore and you got to kind of find something that you're passionate about to kind of channel your energy into?
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment to make. You start to think about life after that because, coming from high school, middle school, where you play Little League football, that's all you know. And then, it's over with. So it's like, what am I going to do now? And, luckily enough, I found, men's physique came along. And like I said, I tried it out and, here we are.
Who introduced you to men's physique?
James, his name's James Culberson.
And what did he see in you that he felt was special enough to encourage you to do the show?
Well, he always told me that I had symmetry. At the time, I didn't know what it was, And he loved bodybuilding. He's a pro right now, pro bodybuilder. But he loved it, and we worked a job, and he used to show me like Phil Heath and those guys every single day, and I didn't know who they were. All I seen was guys in underwear, and for me personally, just my own preference, I didn't want to look like that, and so we worked out together, and one day he just showed me Matt Christianer, and he was like, "Hey, they're coming out with a new division. What do you think about it?" And I looked at Matt and screenshotted it, kept it in my phone, and I said I want to look like that. So he took me to a bodybuilding show, which I believe was the Mike Francois, which just passed, and Michael Anderson was on stage, and I seen Michael Anderson, and from that point on, I was like, "Hey, I want to do this."
Now, they have a new division out, obviously, this year, Classic Physique, where you get to pose a little bit. It's kind of men's physique with the posing in it, and you got to show your legs, obviously. Is that something that interests you, or do you just like this men's physique category that you've been competing in and doing so well?
I mean, I love men's physique right now. If the day comes where, the criteria for men's physique changes, then I'll think about it then. But right now, I love men's physique.
Coming off these wins, these past 3 wins you've had in a row, obviously, and then obviously even the second place at the Arnold was terrific. So, I mean, ultimately, you almost have 4 wins this year. Going into New York Pro, you got to be considered one of the favorites, I would think. Do you feel pressure this year?
I mean, I'm to the point now where I've done enough shows to not really feel pressure. As long as I do what I'm supposed to do, I'm at ease because that's all I can do. So I wouldn't say it's pressure. I let guys talk. I let them say what they're going to do. All I do is show up, and the judges judge. And I said it before: the chips fall where they may, and that's that.
Is it nerve-wracking up on stage, knowing that in men's physique, it's not the biggest or hardest guy that wins? It's kind of like the guy that the judges just happen to like the way they look. I mean, and you can't tell looking backstage at the other guys if you're going to win or not. It's a very, it must be a very uneasy feeling,
Yeah, but it's something that you get used to. It's like, it's different sets of judges, different shows. You get a criteria, we know shoulder to waist ratio, but you never know. And that's the thing about, men's physique. It's just, you never know. All you can do is bring what you think is the correct package and let the judges judge.
Have the judges given you any feedback as to what they like about your physique, what they think you might need to work on or improve?
Well, I actually I was just at Bev's yesterday and got a chance to ask one of the judges what if there was anything I needed to improve on, and he said basically just keep doing what I've been doing. Maybe a pound here or there, up or down, but right now, don't change anything. It's working for me, so why change it?
Competing in this sport, you mentioned it earlier, it's expensive. Okay, there's not a lot of money in prize money, so you're not going to be buying any mansions from winning local competitions here or even bigger competitions. It's just not enough cash in it. How does a men's physique guy like you, make a living and be able to justify what they're doing?
Well, I've learned that you have to. I train people, but there's a lot of money in like posing people and guys who are coming in who don't know exactly what to do. You can kind of help them out, and then I build relationships with different vendors or whatever. And you got to kind of, make it work for you. You can't sit back and say, hey, it's not enough money here or there. I'm the type of guy that I just make it work. So, whatever I have, that's what I work with, and I'm satisfied with it, and, I get the job done.
George, you make it look easy, and we know it's not easy, even though you make it look easy. What obstacles, I guess, life throws roadblocks in our way sometimes. What have you had to overcome to get where you are? Because no one goes smooth sailing all the way in.
No. Okay, so speaking about like the expenses of it, I used to work odd end jobs, and they really weren't working out. And I made the decision that I was going to make the men's physique work for me. And with that came some consequences, which was, I had a car, I didn't really have the money to pay for it, so I lost it. The house I was living in, I lost it. And you lose friends. When you start to lose things, you start to find out who's really in your corner. So I learned a lot of valuable lessons in losing those things. And I also learned how to use what I had. And, if you do that, for me, I feel like every person has everything that they need at all times, and all you have to do is believe and work hard, and things work out. The people who are in your corner, they invest in you. And for me, that's fuel to my fire that somebody believes in me before they see it. And, I work harder to make sure I don't let them down, and I'll do that to this day. So, not opportunities, but, um, circumstances, they're going to, pop up, but you just deal with them. Can't cry over spilled milk, clean it up, and keep moving forward.
How's your support system? Does your family understand what you're doing? Because a lot of times families don't, they understand football, but they don't understand physique or bodybuilding. It's kind of like a very weird type of sport.
Yeah, they understand now. In the beginning, it was tough because they didn't understand like timing of meals and the importance of just some of the things that we take seriously, as far as not missing training, getting rest, not stressing me out, things like that. But they're very supportive, definitely, and they're very proud. And my circle of friends, they're all supportive. They help me out, and I love them.
Well, you're from Columbus, Ohio, so I'm assuming probably your family and friends got to see you compete at the Arnold Classic.
Yes, they were all there.
That must have been fun, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. I had one of my teammates, and she was making a lot of noise. So the guys that were on stage, they got to looking at me like, "Hey, what's going on?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm at home. What do you expect?" So that was definitely a fun show.
Well, you've made a certain impression on the men's physique world in 2016 here. Let's flash forward. We know you got the New York Pro this weekend. The Olympia is in September. Jeremy Buendia, obviously the defending champion. Sadiq Hadzovic no longer competing in the regular men's physique category. Is George Brown ready to win the Olympia?
Yes, he is.
Why?
Because I feel like I've paid my dues. I put the work in. You know, I feel like it's my time right now. I feel like it's it's the changing of the guard. No disrespect to Jeremy. I know he feels the same way I feel. I know Jeremy well. He's very competitive. I know he's going to give it everything I got. I mean, everything he has. He knows me the same way. I'm going to give it everything I got. And, no disrespect to nobody else either. It's not about me or him, but I'm just saying I'm ready. And, I can't wait for it. But right now I'm focused on New York.
Why do you think that you'll be able to beat Jeremy? It's hard to unseat the crown champion. You obviously are a lot taller than him. Do you think tall looks better on stage?
I mean, each person's different. This is just my opinion. Jeremy has very nice symmetry. I feel like I have everything that he has. I feel like I'm 20 pounds bigger. I'm taller. I love my symmetry. No disrespect to Jeremy, but I'm into me. This is a selfish sport, and I believe in myself just like he believes in himself. And I know he's the champ, but you got to knock the champ out to win, and I'm definitely up for the challenge.
If you were encouraging or giving advice to someone who is coming up in the sport, what would be some things you would tell them to avoid or to help them to maybe not make the mistakes that you made coming up?
Well, you're going to make some mistakes. That's a part of the process in learning yourself. But I would say be patient. You have to put your time in. A lot of guys get frustrated because they don't experience success immediately. Um, but this is a sport where you learn to lose, and in that loss, you learn things. So it's really not a loss as long as you're getting better and you're dieting and you're with somebody, with your best interests, and you guys are working towards your goal. That's all you can control. So work hard, have supreme confidence in yourself, and go get what's yours. Go take what's yours.
Very wise advice from a very successful man in the men's physique division. Hopefully, everyone out there watching this will take heed and heed some of your advice, because it is well spoken. Best of luck this coming weekend in New York. Obviously, we'll be there covering the show, and let's see if you can repeat as New York Pro Champion.
Yeah, hopefully so. I see you guys. I'll probably be in town on Thursday. And like I said, hopefully, we can get the win.
Yeah, if you're around, come by the studio. We'll have the Heavy Muscle TV show. We'd love to have you.
Okay, thanks.
All right. That was George Brown, our New York Pro defending champion. He'll be going for win number 2 there in New York. Obviously having a stellar year. We're going to certainly see him in that top 3 at the Olympia come September. For now, though, we're out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo with another episode of Live With.